Woo! Yo, what's happening, family? Once again, it's your chill brother from another, Mr. All About My Biz, and as always, I'm just a brother trying to handle my biz so I can take care of my future kids. So y'all already know what time it is. It's time for yet another episode of the Playbook Podcast, y'all. Listen, today we're going to talk in stereo about embracing adversity as the NBA playoffs are in full swing, and how the champions, how the great ones are able to embrace adversity and not run away from adversity. We're going to talk about that a lot today as we proceed to give you what you need. Y'all already know what to do, all right? No need to quit. Y'all follow the script, and y'all follow us on Spotify, on Anchor, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, and every other podcast platform to get you what you need from your boy right here on the Playbook Podcast, all right? So around the NBA, we're going to pat the rock around the association, the youth movement, the young guns, proving why they are ready for the moment. We got Trae Young, Ja Morant, Luka, and Tatum going ham throughout these last couple of weeks of the playoffs. Listen, I just want to know, and this is a hard question, who do you start your franchise with right now? Right now. We're going to talk about that. The Bucks trample the Heat. Is it time to take the Bucks seriously? We're going to talk about that. Listen, the Bucks just really laid the hammer down on Miami. Are they ready for the bigger stage? Giannis, sure, talking that game. We're going to see if they're actually about that game coming up as they go into the semifinals of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Can the Suns come out tomorrow? How will the Suns rise after a pathetic showing in Game 3? We got Game 4 this weekend. We're going to see if Phoenix can actually rise from the ashes and see if they can knot up the series with the Lakers. We're going to talk about Julio Watch in full effect around the NFL. Where will the star wideout land next, especially after that impromptu interview with Shannon Sharpe? Shannon, you might be in trouble, bro. I'm just saying. Uncle Shannon, you might be in some trouble, man. I'm just saying. A-Rod, no shows, OTAs for the Packers. Can they salvage their relationship? Oh boy, Green Bay, they're going to have to do a lot of puckering up if they're going to bring A-Rod back to the Bay. Also, around college basketball, Makur joins the NBA draft. Young fella from Howard University, 5-star recruit. Only played 5 games, but he's heading to the NBA draft. We'll see where he actually could potentially wind up. In college basketball's too early top 10. We're going to have that covered as well. We got the trivia question of the day. And as always, I got to give you what you need. That encouragement, that fire, and that push to help you get through the week that is to come. All right? This is your boy, Mr. All About My Biz. And y'all know what time it is. All right? Let's get going. It's the Playbook Podcast. Let's go. Let's get busy, y'all. All right. Listen, it's man Mr. All About My Biz, and I'm just a chill brother from another, y'all. All right. I hope y'all have had a fantastic week with life and everything that's been going on. But yo, with NBA and the NFL and college basketball, I got y'all covered, man. I know we got a lot going on in life, but I'm going to make sure I drop you guys all the jewels, all the gems that y'all need to keep you guys in the know of what's going on around the world of sports, all right? So listen, without further ado, enough of the fluff. Let's get into the stuff, all right? Let's get right into the opening tip. So, listen, man. Around the association, man, we really got to talk about the youth movement. The NBA is in really good hands over the next decade or so. All right, with these playoffs, we have seen phenomenal performances from the likes of Trae Young, Ja Morant, Luka, and Jason Tatum. The other night against Boston, dropping 50. And listen, he had to have his best MJ in the whole documentary. He took it personal. He really took it personal. You know, Brooklyn's going to sweep us. Jason Tatum said, not on my watch. I'm going to make sure I drop 50 on these fellas, and I'm going to let them know we still here in Boston. And sure enough, the other night, fantastic performance. Left and right, side, step back, jumpers over Nicholas Claxton, the sealer, the dagger over KD. Listen, 23 years old, light-skinned brother with the good hair, going to work for the C's, and now Boston actually has a chance, possibly, in the series against Brooklyn. I really think that might have been their last hurrah. I really counted them out. Me and my pop have talking about this, and we've been talking about predictions, and, you know, when it came to Brooklyn and Boston, it was like, yeah, that don't even count. And I'm sorry, Jason Tatum, you have every right to take it personal, especially when we kind of downplayed y'all. My bad, yo. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Listen, speaking of different people that we downplayed, Trae Young has been downplayed for the longest time around the NBA, especially when he was traded for Luka back a couple of years ago. And now I'm pretty sure both franchises are really loving the fact that they have both guys. I mean, Atlanta taking on New York, and it looks like they're about to go 3-1 over the New York Knicks in these playoffs. Trae Young has been out of this world for Atlanta. You know, Nate McMillan, their coaches, say, yo, this man is a Ferrari. He gets us really revved up and really going. And sure enough, he played the villain to the greatest extent in Gotham at the Garden. I mean, the game winner in game one and hushing, quieting the 15,000 at the Garden. I mean, kahunas out the wazoo for this young brother. 22 years old, biggest stage, New York, Madison Square Garden, and he gets it done. Yo, and not to mention, not to be downplayed at all. I mean, the guy that he was traded for, Luka, listen, he talked so much smack against the Clippers that my man got a cervical strain in his neck. I mean, he was cussing them out in Slovenian and whatever other language that he has and that he knows the whole time, giving them work. I mean, straight business. Like, listen, y'all gonna go ahead and drop these last 2 or 3 games of the season just so y'all can play us? Oh, we're gonna make sure you know. Oh, nah, y'all not gonna run over Dallas. You're not going to run over the Mavs. Not if I'm here. And Luka, on another great big stage, showing, yo, I'm primed and ready for this moment. And we're going to see if Dallas can actually get the job done. Now they're up 2-1 over the Los Angeles Clippers. Luka, questionable for game 4. I'm believing that Luka's going to play because he got a whole lot of business to take care of, especially with Pat Beverly talking his rah-rah for the Clippers. Yo, this playoff series is going to get interesting and more interesting as the time keeps going. And last but not least, Ja Morant. I mean, he got the Grizzlies into the playoffs with his phenomenal play against the Golden State Warriors in the play-in game. Dropped a 25 in game 1, if I'm not mistaken, against Utah. Then he dropped 47 in game 2. And yes, they lost big time. They lost, it was a blowout in game 2. But Ja Morant is proving that, yo, I don't care what y'all say about Zion Williamson. I'm the cat that's in the playoffs. I'm the cat that's getting busy on Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz, the number 1 team in the NBA this season. I'm the one in this moment. And y'all need to put some respect on my name. Y'all need to put some respect on my name. And Ja letting the whole world know, yo, I'm that dude. And the question, I mean, this is a really tough question, y'all. But seriously, who do you start your franchise with right now? I need to know that, y'all. So listen, in the comment section, in the voice clips, y'all, tell me, who do you start your franchise with right now? Trae Young, Ja Morant, Luka, the Don, or Jason Tatum? Please. I mean, this is a discussion that we could talk about for a good while, especially with how well they've all performed in the playoffs, all right? Speaking of teams and guys performing well in the playoffs, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks just trample through the Miami Heat to sweep the Heat and go 4-0, and they're heading to the second round of the NBA playoffs. I mean, the way they dismantled Miami from start to finish, from game 1 to game 4. I mean, the emergence of Bryn Forbes off the bench. I mean, he was shooting like the world was about to end. I mean, he's shooting meteors from outside, and they're just dropping. Everything falling. I mean, the injury to Dante DiVincenzo is going to hurt them. But hey, the acquisition of Drew Holiday. The acquisition of Drew Holiday has been big time for this team. I mean, they have the ability to switch on the defensive end. Last season, that's something that they didn't do. They weren't a team that would switch. That would switch off on different men. But man, the way they've been switching on defense has been phenomenal. I mean, completely took out Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and the Miami Heat completely. Tyler Hero, non-factor this year. Goran Dragic, non-factor this year. Kendrick Nunn had a nice series, and he's primed to get paid. But still, all in all, this was all about Milwaukee. And Giannis said it best at the end when he talked to Shaq and the inside the NBA crew. Listen, we didn't want to play with our food. We didn't want to play with our food. We knew we had to get the job done right now. And sure enough, Giannis said, listen, this ain't going to be the same repeat as last season. We're not going to fall. We're not going to falter that easily like last season. But I don't know if I need to take them seriously yet. I'm not sure. Personally, I'm not. I mean, the next series they would play would be the Brooklyn Nets. And Giannis and KD really were going at it during the regular season when these two teams played with each other. I mean, there was a couple of games where he had 47, KD had 42. I mean, going back and forth like it's a 15-round heavyweight fight. But we're going to have to see. I mean, now Milwaukee gets rest. They get kind of healed up. They get ready to scout. They see who they're going to play next. Presumably Brooklyn. And how they can adjust and get ready for a team that can just light it up from outside at any point in time. I'm not sure if I can take Milwaukee seriously yet. I'm not a fan of Mike Budenholzer at all. I'm not. But we're going to see if Milwaukee has what it takes to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's put up or shut up time for Milwaukee. Giannis, reigning defending MVP, won't be it this year. But listen, the Bucks are definitely acting the par of a team that's ready to take the next step. Speaking of teams acting like they got some sense, the Los Angeles Lakers have finally decided that they're going to wake up in the NBA playoffs. LeBron James and Anthony Davis have finally decided, okay, we're going to show up now. All right, game 1, we look horrible. Completely horrible. But 2 and 3, oh, we're going to show up for sure now. Speaking of game 1, the Academy Award for greatest actor has to go to LeBron James. I mean, did you see that horrible display of acting? I mean, Chris Paul came in to block him out just like you would expect any athlete to do, any basketball player to do after a guy's at the free throw line. And what does LeBron do? Put on an acting performance for the ages that in turn spurs a whole scuffle, if you will, with Cameron Payne, Alex Caruso, and pretty much Montrezl Harrell was about to pretty much suplex my man Cameron Payne after throwing the ball at Caruso. But still, I mean, if you see in the background, LeBron is sitting here acting like Chris Paul, who is 6 foot tall, probably 190 at best. Like he actually ran him over like a Mack truck. I mean, come on, seriously. And y'all say this is your king? This is your king? Come on, you gotta be kidding me, man. Anyway, I'm gonna digress from that. All right, so the Lakers right now, they hold a 2-1 lead over the Phoenix Suns, and the Suns look like they have lost all types of confidence on the offensive end. Chris Paul is obviously labored with the shoulder injury that he suffered in game 1. He's still trying to be a warrior. But at the same time, Phoenix needs to make some adjustments on their end to actually make it a better series. DeAndre Ayton has been hanging in there with Anthony Davis. I got to give it to the young brother. Seriously. I mean, he's still doing his job, but Anthony Davis over the last couple of games has been locked in,